Hello, everyone, and thank you for visiting my channel. Today, I want to discuss the attitudes of Filipinas compared to those in the West. Hopefully, this will give you clarity into understand the Filipina you are or will be in a relationship with. Stay tuned. I know many expats, including myself, often read or hear statements like Filipinas are the most submissive women in the world when they first think about dating or marrying in the Philippines. These statements have been repeated so often in blogs and online expat communities that they start to feel like facts. However, I can assure you those statements aren't true for every Filipino today. Filipinas are shaped by personal experiences and are influenced by changing cultural norms. The idea of the submissive Asian women didn't come from nowhere. Its roots can be traced to how Western travelers and colonial officials describe Asian civilizations, often romanticizing women as obedient, docile, and domestic. Local gender norms in the Philippines were also shaped by centuries of Spanish colonization and American influence. Traditional Filipino women, or the Langgang Filipina, were portrayed as modest, respectful, and family centered. In popular culture, this stereotype remains prevalent. However, it often overlooks the significant roles Filipino women have in historical play, such as organizing revolts, managing family finances, and running small businesses. Historical women like Melchora Aquino, Tandang Sora, and Gabriela Silang were anything but submissive. The Philippines is about 80% Catholic. Religion influences many Filipina to prioritize harmony in the family and put others' needs first. To outsiders, this might look like submission, but it usually comes from a sense of responsibility and love. Family is at the heart of Filipino culture. Many Filipina may defer or compromise to keep peace, especially in front of elders, but in private, they stand up for themselves. Many Filipinas see family responsibilities as a sign of strength, not weakness. Filipinas slightly outnumber men in Philippine colleges, with many pursuing degrees in business, law, medicine, and engineering. An educated Filipina is often confident and able to express her opinions, usually in a way that respects local cultural norms, balancing kindness and honesty. About 40 to 45% of workers in the Philippines are women. They work in media, government, business, healthcare, and the fast growing BPO call center sector. Many become overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, sending money home and sometimes supporting entire families. These experiences build resilience, adaptability, and confidence, traits that don't match the total submissive myth. Filipinas tend to communicate indirectly because of hiya, a sense of shame or modesty, and pakikisama, the desire to get along. To outsiders, this might seem like submission, but being indirect doesn't mean being silent. It means delivering opinions softly or behind the scenes. To avoid embarrassing a partner, especially an expat, many Filipinas may bow in public, yet in private they often dispute, compromise, or even insist on a certain course of action. Long term expats often say, "She lets me think I'm the boss, but she actually runs things." This lighthearted dynamic may reflect mutual respect rather than dominance or submission. In many Western societies, direct communication is valued. Women are taught that openly expressing opinions is part of equality and empowerment. It's normal to challenge a partner or say no. It's not considered disrespectful. For visitors from collectivist societies, this might seem harsh, but in this environment, it is seen as honesty. Harmony may be more important to Filipinas than directness. They often use humor or joke to soften criticism or say yes when they mean maybe. They express their thoughts differently, but that doesn't mean they lack opinions. Some Westerners mistakenly see this gentler approach as complete submission. Many Filipinas intentionally choose their partners, sometimes for love, sometimes for family security, or both. Not all Filipinas are longing for an expat, despite common beliefs. Filipino men are preferred by many, and those who date expats typically do so selectively. Today, many Filipinas work for themselves, support their parents, and buy homes and land. Some invest, work abroad, or start businesses. While they still value traditional roles, these choices show independence. Filipinas may decide on household matters, discipline children, and manage finances within relationships. If mistreated, They can challenge, walk away, or set boundaries. Abuse and betrayal aren't always tolerated. Although divorce isn't legal in the Philippines, annulment and separations are options, sometimes initiated by women. Younger Filipinas, especially in cities, follow influencers, travel bloggers, and womanist thinkers. They are more likely to speak out about consent, gender equality, and unhealthy relationships. A Filipina might dress in modern fashion, pursue a career, and still adhere to family's expectations of modesty and respect. Expats who expect complete obedience or total independence in the Western sense may become confused by this mix. Social media and apps give Filipinas more options and influence. They can date on their own terms, block undesirable suitors, and refuse those they deem to be rude. The stereotype of the mail order bride contrasts sharply with this sense of empowerment. Expats arriving with the expectation of submission might interpret every polite gesture as a sign of agreement. They may overlook hints of strength or independence. Some YouTube vloggers and matchmaking services promote the idea of the perfect obedient Asian wife, which misleads real people while generating clicks and revenue. When expats genuinely believe in complete submission, they can be shocked when disagreements happen. This gap between fantasy and reality can lead to conflict. Imagine traveling halfway across the world expecting one thing but receiving the opposite. This is such a case. A Filipino from Manila might be outspoken, used to nightlife, and direct. A Filipina from a rural area might be quieter, yet still strong in her own way, managing family farms, making tough financial decisions, or resisting pushy suitors. Those that are raised on TikTok and international media, I'm talking young Filipinas aged 18 to 25, may be more fearless. Older Filipinas often demonstrate power through family leadership and quiet perseverance. Here are a few examples of strong Filipinas. A Filipino who has spent years working abroad, enduring loneliness and sending money home, and resisting hostility at work. A single mother managing a sari-sari store, bargaining with suppliers, and raising her children alone. These women are adaptable and resilient. They don't have the desire to be subservient to their partner. The warmth and ability of Filipinas to make others feel welcome attract many expats. This generosity is rooted in a cultural value called kapwa, shared humanity, not subordination. Some Filipinas even use humor to cope with adversity. Relationships are kept light through playful teasing, kulitan, yet when needed, they can be serious. Loyalty is highly esteemed among many Filipinas. They can be loyal partners if treated the way they want you to treat them. If you want their loyalty, it must be earned. You might mistake indirectness for disinterest or dishonesty. Filipinas might see bluntness as rudeness. Open communication will help bridge these differences if your Filipina is open to direct communication. If not, there will be persistent misunderstandings throughout your relationship. Love develops when both partners have a better understanding of each other. So, the question of whether Filipinas are totally submissive? No. What I've discovered is that most Filipinas can be gentle, family oriented, and respectful. They can also be strong, adaptable, and capable of expressing themselves, often in ways influenced by cultural norms around harmony and modesty. Comparing Filipinas to Western women highlights differences in communication and cultural expectations. Alright, guys, that is all for today's show. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good day.